Ok. Bonjour, bonjour. Tac. La cam. Comme j'ai oublié. Comme d'hab. Le jeu. Pourquoi freeze? Du coup. Toi, tais-toi. Hop, hop. Ça, comme ça. Je mets OBS. Plus 600 primo, merci. Oh, encore ces trucs-là. Et voilà, tout ça, je m'en fous. Moment fort de la version. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Il y avait l'air d'avoir un ennemi de fou. Hop, hop. Nouveau personnage, Varka. Ah, donc là, c'est Varka Flynn, et je crois qu'après, c'est Escoffier Skirk. Oh, c'est une quête d'histoire. Ah, c'est un Mondstats déjà. Ok. Oh, ils sont chiants. J'ai pas envie d'aller dans le paradise. Hein. Compte de voyage, ok. Ah, ils donnent des trucs géo.
Emotions are like a raging torrent that
Ouais.
surges through the mind.
Elle fait quoi son arme? Tokrit. Augmente la vitesse d'attaque. La vitesse d'attaque? Y a pas grand chose qui fait ça. Bon. Dans les persos là, Yula est pas terrible. Albedo est pas terrible. Kli ça peut aller. Et eux c'est des persos de la perma. En vrai si je dois prendre un truc ce serait ça. Hein. Mais bon.
More often than not, if you try to
Oh. Nouveau éco peinturé. Oh tiens je peux aller chercher celui d'Ayaka.
hold them back, you'll be swept away by the
Ok. Mhm. Pourquoi celle de Ziba est devant celle de Furino? Ah ça.
unstoppable force. And if you try to ignore them entirely.
Hop, bah du coup on va faire ça. Lisez la lettre. Salut, ça fait longtemps mon ami. Comment ça? On s'est pourtant vu récemment. Chaque seconde semble durer une éternité pour un cœur qui se languit de ses amis. Après une telle aventure à nod-krai, vous avez sans doute fait plein d'histoires en chemin tous les deux, n'est-ce pas? Tu ne chercherais pas un vieil ami à qui en parler par hasard? Aurais-tu besoin d'un peintre qui pourrait transformer nos aventures en poèmes? Si tel est le cas, j'attendrai à la falaise arrache étoile. Le vin est déjà versé, mon instrument est accordé. Ah bah.
Oh, it's from the tone-deaf bard. Apparently, he wants to hear all about our adventures in nod-krai. Maybe we can get some tasty treats out of him in return. Come on, let's go to Starsnatch Cliff.
Ce qu'il faudrait que je fasse en vrai, c'est que je me balade un peu plus. À pied, tout ça. Et ramasser encore toutes les conneries que je trouve. Parce que du coup, en fait, petit à petit, mon inventaire se vide quand même. Bon, les Brutocolinus, ça, il y en a partout. J'ai pris l'agro. C'est un truc de fou, ça.
Search. Forest.
Ils ont rien looté.
No more lies.
Ah, c'était eux.
It all
Ça donne de l'XP d'affinité, ça. Je sais pas, j'en suis où en termes d'affinité. 6, 6, 4, 4, ok. On va rechoper un peu tout ça, là, toutes ces conneries là. Je me demandais ce que c'était. C'est le truc de Colombina. Des gueules de loup, pareil, j'en ai plus ça. Ah, c'est des licalas, ça.
leave this place. Can't hide the truth.
Je pensais que ça faisait un peu plus mal. Ah, je vais juste regarder un truc. Bon, j'ai vu un leak. Apparemment, il y aurait une extension de Mondstats. Mais du coup, ce serait un nod-krai, le nouveau boss. Ok. Ah, j'ai la chronique Sélène. La chronique Sélène à faire. Éco-peinturé. J'irai chercher celui d'Ayaka. Bon, même si je la joue plus forcément. Ouais. De toute façon, j'ai 4 clés sur 4 et je peux pas débloquer d'autres. Pourquoi je peux l'utiliser? Mince. Bah, ça me l'a changé. Je...
Welcome back, old friend. And how should I be addressing you these days? The honorary knight of Mondstat? The Tumaini of Natlan? Or the great hero of nod-krai?
Well, you sure have your finger on the pulse. We've barely caught our breath since nod-krai, but it sounds like you've already heard.
News travels fast on the wind. But before I can turn your tales into tunes, I need to hear them from the horse's mouth. My wine and my lyre are at the ready. So please try. Amazing! Incredible! The Rahier of Solnari and the Doctor? Truly a tale for the... So I'm guessing the Wild Hunt is a thing of the past now that you've defeated the...
Seems that way. We were kind of focused on dealing with the Doctor, though.
Well, that's good to hear. Hey, now that the Northern Abyss calamity is finally resolved, Varka must be getting ready for the triumphant return of his expedition, right? I haven't seen him in the longest time. He must have so many stories to share.
Right! Paimon was wondering about that, too. He did call you Barbados. But weren't you still fast asleep back when he was in Mondstats?
Let's call it half asleep. I was resting my eyes in the Thousand Winds Temple one day when I heard a commotion outside. It was a young knight who had journeyed there in search of trials and oracles after hearing some tall tales at the local tavern. In fact, all that awaited him were moss-covered walls and an angry ruin guard. But he seemed completely unfazed, laughing heartily as he sent the ruin guard's missiles flying off into the horizons.
C'est vrai que j'ai pas essayé le personnage.
Quite a racket if it was enough to wake up the
Yeah, it sounded kinda like...
Hey! Is that all you've got?
C'est qui?
Oh, break.
like that.
Mais c'est qui?
Giving up already? Hey, you're not half as tough as Varka said.
A young knight of Favonius trekking out to the Thousand Winds Temple in search of adventure.
A bard in green clothes. Does this mean... Oh! I was just wondering I was gonna track you down.
Oh! So you were looking for the tone-deaf bard? Strange place to start your search.
Hold on. Blonde hair, white hair. You must be the honorary knight, and Paimon! The Grand Master talks about you all the time. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lowen, Vice Captain of the 5th Company of the Knights of Favonius, and a member of the Expeditionary Force. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Oh, so you're part of the expedition, huh? Right. So that's why Paimon's never seen you around in Mondstat.
That's probably because when the Wild Hunt was still running rampant, I spent most of my time out on my own, making mincemeat out of monsters. Then, once the Wild Hunt calmed down, I got sent back to Mondstat. Mixed blessing, if you ask me. Sounds like I missed...
No wonder we never saw you while we were dealing with the Doctor. So, why did Varka send you back?
Deliver some letters. There's one for the Knights of Favonius, one for the church, another for the Dawn Winery, at least 10 of them in total.
Jeez, how many people has he sent to deliver his mail now? Mika, Inefa, Lowen? He should just hire a full-time mailman already. In fact, he's earned himself a new nickname. Let's go with... Sir Writes-A-Lot.
I'll have you know that poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts. So, tone-deaf or not, I wear the title of Bard with pride. And I consider Sir Writes-A-Lot to be quite a compliment.
Wait, really? Darn it! Maybe Paimon should come up with some harder-hitting nicknames for these two.
Anyway, since this young man
Oh,
has
c'est un
come
trio.
all the way to the Thousand Winds Temple looking for me, I assume he must have a letter for me.
You sure are. To use the Grand Master's own words.
This one is for the bard in green clothes. These days, I think he goes by... doesn't really have an address as such. You could start by asking around in Mondstat, or maybe try your luck at the...
I figured that since there was this punching bag here... Oh, sorry, ruin guard. I could get some practice in while I was at it. So, I came right here the second I got back to Mondstats.
That Varka is so slapdash sometimes. It's a good thing.
Oh, he also said to remind you to write back.
Nothing in particular. Just some idle chatter between two drinking buddies. But if I'm supposed to write back this time... Varka gave you a whole bunch of letters to deliver, right? Maybe you can head in...
My thoughts exactly. Assuming I can find the way. Hopefully the roads haven't changed too much.
Well, why don't we have Mondstats' honorary knight escort this homeward-bound wanderer to the city? I'm sure some of the recipients of Varka's...
Let's go!
Thank you so much, honorary knight. And...
The Abyss. The Wild Hunt. Andreas?
Andros.
Get home safe, Varka.
Why do my ears feel so hot all of a sudden? Is someone talking about me? Surely there's no way anyone found the secret stash of cash in my office.
The Grand Master! Bad time to get distracted.
Watch out! Enemies approaching!
Huh? Oh, it's just a few stragglers. They're no real threat to us. This expedition is almost over. We just need to deal with these final few targets, and then... we will make our triumphant return! Stormwind! Charge!
Wow. Ragazzi, mi sa riesco.
On me!
Without the Reikir of Solnari to direct them, it seems like all that's left is their primal...
If this is all that the Wild Hunt can muster now, surely the Lightkeepers of nod-krai will be able to deal with what's left.
Just like I thought. What we should be wary of now is...
Grandmaster, based on Lightkeeper intel and our own reconnaissance, one of the suspected targets should be just up ahead.
Good. You know the drill. Stay here and stand...
Yes, Grandmaster!
We meet again, Andreas.
So, you've returned from Mondstadt. Don't you want to see what it looks like now? I was planning to take a look around there myself. Perhaps you could be my guide.
What's this? An echo from 1,000 years ago? Everything seems normal so far. Here's hoping I'm just overthinking things. There are two other... It's your turn, my friend. Come, Andreas!
Although, for returning to your old home, perhaps Andreas is a little too ostentatious. Might be better to go by...
Boreas.
Huh?
Injustice. Corruption. Iniquity. Is the surface world still as wretched and foul as ever? Answer me, heir to the knighthood of Boreas.
Looks like I'm not getting out of this without a fight.
D'accord. Pourquoi apparaît-il
That's
maintenant?
where things stand with the expedition. The victors will be returning home soon, so make sure to... P.S. I hope everyone's keeping up with their daily training. I'll be testing you all when I get back to make sure no one's P.P.S. I wrote individual letters for each and every one of you. Don't forget to write back.
Everyone gets one? Wow! Sure writes a lot.
I guess the Grand Master must have something specific to say to each of us. Even I got a letter, and I'm not a real knight yet.
Jean? Oh, yes. That's our Grandmaster for you.
By the way, anyone know where I can find the cavalry captain? I have a letter for him.
You mean Kaya? He said he was meeting a friend from the church at the Angel Share. Allegedly for work. Said he was
Ah, c'est Rosalien.
intel. But I'd say there's a
Paimon bets there'll be lots of familiar faces there. How about we deliver Kaya's letter?
Really? Oh, that would be a great help.
Our thanks to you too, Lowen. The other knights will help distribute the remaining letters. You've had a long journey.
Great. But I won't be resting just yet. I have one last letter to deliver to Wolvendom. I heard that another challenger recently passed Boreas's trial.
Very well, but please
I will. Goodbye.
T'es soit Razor, soit du coup bourré. Attendez, avant je veux essayer le personnage. Parce que j'ai pas pu tout tester. Parce que je crois qu'il y a un truc à faire avec l'appui long. On verra. Ouais.
turning point in space! Everybody stand back! Think you can get away? Yahoo!
Flash!
Okay, shred him!
Bon. Un peu plus dur à toucher.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Here we go! Time for takeoff!
Bon, c'est pas mal. Bon, et Flynn. J'aime bien Flynn en vrai. Mais t'es obligé d'avoir une effort.
Defensive mode engaged. Preparing for dust up. Witness the power of revoir.
Enhanced cannon modules.
Beware the creatures of the night. Close your eyes to dust.
Bon. Super. Bon voilà, comme ça c'est fait. Hop, on va aller voir Chin. Oh, il y a du monde. Quel est
The Grand Master wrote in his letter that the boom blossom bombs we sent worked really well. He wants to know if we've made any more.
Honorary Knight, you're still here? Is it that obvious?
Huh? But Varka's coming back. The situation in nod-krai is stable. Surely...
True. From what you and Lowen have told me, the expedition... It seems that Mondstat no longer faces any threat from the perils of the North, be they the Wild Hunt or the dog. And yet, for some reason, I can't help but recall something the Grand...
If I don't make it back from this expedition, you'll have to assume the mantle of Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. If it comes to that, remember to train the next Knight of Boreas in my stead. I've planted some promising seeds in Mondstat, but they still need time to grow. Some have yet to master the art of social interaction. Some don't yet understand that they too need protecting. And some... What's wrong? Well, there's no need to frown. I'm going on an expedition, not marching to my death. This is all just until I return. I leave
The lineage of the Knights of Boreas has nearly been extinguished twice in Mondstat's history. The first wandering knight to claim the title arrived in Mondstat 1,000 years ago, along with his wolf companion. He was as free as the wind. He left no succession plan behind. Even his name was lost to history. The title of Boreas could have disappeared from Mondstat just as he did, but he had an informal disciple, a knight named Ravenwood, who admired the Knight of Boreas greatly. Ravenwood's valor and swordsmanship earned him the wolf spirit's recognition. When the old aristocracy tried to regain power, Ravenwood came once more to Mondstat's defense. From then on, the title of Knight of Boreas was passed down from generation to generation.
Wolf spirit? You mean that big blue wolf in Wolfen?
Correct. As you may already know, the Wolf of the North is the surviving spirit of an ancient god, and the Knight of Boreas serves as an intermediary between him and humanity. Lupus Boreas, who had never known what it meant to love, came to understand it through the journey with his human. This was once a well-known tale in Mondstat. But these days, few people are aware that the starting point of the Wolf King's journey was not Mondstat, but nod-krai.
Huh?
The great Wolf King of the North came here from nod-krai, although he doesn't like to speak of his past. In fact, he rarely shows himself to people at all nowadays. As such, this tale can only be found deep within the Knights of Favonius library. Even the Grand Master didn't disclose any concrete objectives before departing on his expedition. I couldn't help but wonder whether it might somehow be related to nod-krai's Wolf of the North. I kept my speculations to myself, however. Sharing them would only spread. You experienced the turmoil caused by Dvalin the East Wind's actions for yourself. Sure.
No wonder Varka wasn't clear about his motives. Is that...
Very possibly. And as it turns out, the calamity born in the north wasn't an ancient god, but rather the Wild Hunt and the Doctor. I guess we were both jumping to conclusions. Yes, I completely agree. The tide can turn rapidly in times of battle, even if his contingency plan never needs to be put into action. I'm sure the Grand Master...
Hop, ça.
That turned into a pretty long conversation, huh? We should probably go deliver those letters to the angels here now.
Oh, c'est à l'intérieur du cadeau de l'ange. Bon, alors, fais attention de ne pas lire la liste de recherche, comme à chaque fois.
When you're mixing drinks in hot weather, start by pouring in cold water and add ice cubes. Then drain out the water before adding the other ingredients. How's that for a secret recipe? Maybe it's worth a little...
Please. I've known that little trick for a good 10 years at least. You'll have to offer something a little more substantial if you're serious.
I know there's no one else in the tavern right now, but do you two really need to talk so loudly? Especially if you're supposed to be exchanging confidence.
Hiya, Rosaria, D-Luke! Paimon knew we'd find you here.
Looks like it's about to get even noisier.
A little liveliness never killed anyone. Traveler, Paimon, what brings you our way?
La voix de Kaya a changé un peu. Ils ont changé de voice actor.
Please allow me to once again express my sincere condolences regarding your late father and the incident with Eric. We make absolutely no excuse. I hope you will give some serious consideration to the question I asked you before I left, though I'm sure you're tired of hearing me ask by now. The Knights of Favonius will always welcome you.
From the look on your face, I'm guessing the Grand Master is still...
He nags like an old man. It's hardly surprising.
Huh? Drip what? What's this?
Nothing, really. Before leaving on the expedition, Varka came here to chat with me. He, asked me if I'd consider rejoining the Knights of Favonius, and I declined. He expressed his regret about everything that happened, and asked me to reconsider.
Yeah, right. Sounds like you skipped a lot of details. There's clearly more to it.
Whatever details I chose to omit are in the past. Dragging them back up now serves no purpose.
You say that now, but back then, you couldn't let it go. You and the Knights of Favonius were constantly at odds.
I wasn't seeing the full picture. I've had a lot of time to reflect since then. But my answer remains unchanged. I'm not rejoining the Knights of Favonius. Both the Grandmaster and the acting Grandmaster are too upright and honorable. I can't see the shadows that lurk beneath them due to the size of the organization they lead. They need someone on the outside to keep watch vigilantly.
If I had a Mora for every time I've heard you repeat that argument. I actually don't disagree with the first part of what you said. But don't you think someone can keep tabs on things from the...
When you join an organization, you're bound by its rules, no matter how free it may seem on the surface.
You think so? Never mind the Knights. Have you honestly ever been bound by the rules of the...
Good question. Have you considered that maybe that's why I chose to join the church and not the Knight?
Are they arguing or not? It's kind of hard to tell. Oh, kind of like the contingencies Jean was talking about. The more ways they have to protect their home, the better.
What should I report back to the Great? Public order inside the city? Monster activity in the wild? Oh, and a review of the latest vintages.
My reply won't be a long one, as usual. I'm sure Varka...
D'accord, Rosalia est dehors. Elle a reçu une lettre aussi. Ah non, elle est pas dehors. Je m'en fous de toi.
If you hadn't had to deliver that guy's mail, you wouldn't have been subjected to all this tedious arguing. When I write back, I'll tell him to quit making trouble for other people.
It's no trouble. Lowen did most of the work. We just volunteered to do the last leg of the journey. Mostly so...
So you see what's really going on here? All three of us fell for that old rascal's scheme far too readily.
Huh? Scheme? What do you mean? Was Varka lying?
No. While I'm sure Varka knows full well that D-Luke would never agree to rejoin the Knights, I believe the sentiments he expressed were genuine. There are people like Kaya and I, and then there are those who are true champions of justice to the core. Those people are the most susceptible to being driven to not only that, but it happened to a Knight of Boreas. That'll really hit
On n'a
home
pas
for
vu
Varka.
Dahlia non plus.
And that's why his nagging is even more persistent than usual.
C'est quoi qu'on voit là? Ah, c'est Paimon.
Yeah. So no one's told you this before? The lineage of the Knights of Boreas had nearly been extinguished twice in history. The first was at its inception. The second was the case I was—
Oh! Wasn't Jean telling us about this? Wait. And then we got caught up talking about the expedition.
I happened to hear about it from Varka once when he was drinking and started yammering on. The second crisis in the Knights of Boreas lineage. It was— Although the Knights of Boreas are meant to be intermediaries between humans and wolves, in practice, very few of them have been truly recognized. Of those who have, the best known are the first Knight of Boreas, Ravenwood, the wolf pup Rostam, and Varka himself. But 500 years ago, there was one who earned the respect of Boreas even before gaining the title. He was a disciple of Rostam. They thought he would become the mightiest knight of Boreas who ever lived. He was the perfect knight. Righteous, principled. His name was Roland, the blood-stained knight.
Yikes! Bloodstained Knight?
Well, apparently his original title was the White Knight. But he lost countless comrades during the Abyssal Calamity 500 years ago, including his tutor and mentor, Rostam. The endless bloodshed stained his sword and armor a crimson as deep as black, transforming the White Knight into the Blood-Stained Knight. After that, he threw himself completely into battling monsters, leaving Mondstat and the Knights of Favonius behind. It's hard to say whether the loss of an important figure in his life is what drove him to the point of obsession, or whether he was already too far gone. But had he known that the Knights of Favonius would always welcome him back? So if you want my opinion, the reason why Varka keeps asking Diluc to rejoin, despite knowing that he'll never say yes, is to let him know, after all these years, he's still as persistent as ever.
Huh. Turns out Varka's a lot more thoughtful than he lets on. Anyway, there's still something about this whole Boreas business that Paimon isn't really. If so, why did Jean say that Boreas and the Wandering Knight only arrived here just 1,000 years ago? Plus, Paimon's super curious about what. That's a great idea.
Hop. C'est Razor du coup? Ou c'est Boré qu'on va aller voir? Ouais, pourquoi la brume est mystique de tout d'un coup?
What's going on here? Was Wolvendom always the Wild Hunt? What are they doing here? Watch out! Spiders?
Search a moonlit night for all.
With one heart, we pray. It all adds up. It all falls into place.
Stop right there! Answer me this. The 2 letters I gave you, who are they for?
2 letters? Wasn't it 3?
Okay. Well, Paimon's coolest naive expression doesn't appear to be an act.
Hey! What are you trying to say? Wait, Paimon passed a test? Really?
You may dispense with your suspicions. The Wolfpack has borne witness. They fought against the aberrations that encroach. Ah, a familiar scent.
Well, if the boss of Wolvendom has vouched for you, I guess I should apologize for doubting you just now. Sure was. Fortunately, my experience in nod-krai didn't go to waste. Something seems wrong with that old wolf, though. Go on.
Mais que se passe-t-il? Il y a de la lumière là-dedans. Hasard?
Lupus Boreas, not injured. Why so weak? Am I?
You are not to blame. With your iron claw, you successfully blocked their attacks. However, they followed my trail from the distant north across the ley lines. They sought to corrupt the territory I protect. We meet again, human Lupical.
So, are you saying that the wild hunt we just got attacked by came...
As you know, I stand before you as an incomplete being. I am but one remnant of the source of this turmoil. I can sense it. It lies in the north.
Huh? Now Paimon's even more confused. How can you be in two places at once?
For many gods, housing a part of their soul within an object is no difficult feat. But those who can perform such delicate partitions as this are rare, even among the gods. The Wolf King, Andrius, was particularly adept in this art. Otherwise, no remnants of his soul would have survived till the present.
Huh? The bard's back?
Tone Bard?
Maybe the god of Animo guided me here. For it appears that someone is in need of a tale from the distant past. And our wolf friend doesn't seem too keen. Who better than a bard to do the honors? Lord Boreas, do I have your blessing to share this?
As you wish.
Lupus Boreas wandered the frozen tundra and stumbled into the Sealy Hall. Enchanted by their song, tender as the dawn starlight.
Oh, c'est tout qu'on a vu à Mondstats. Enfin, Mondstats à nod-krai.
The wolf bade farewell to his home and set off for the city to the south. As the high tower crumbled and the fierce winds fell silent, Lupus Boreas, who once had hunted with the storm winds himself, looked within and inquired, was the shelter he provided for humanity
C'est le truc qui est à côté du bastion de Pavonus à nod-krai.
King and his tower? The wolf entrusted those under his protection to a new god and quietly returned to the frozen north. There, in a palace long since 500 bitter winters passed, then 500 equally frigid springs. He slumbered undisturbed until a night stumbled in from the cold, just as Lupus Boreas had once done at the Sealy Hall, and awoke him at long last. The knight asked the wolf to join him on a journey south, to see once more the land that had all but faded from his memory. The gentle wolf, unwilling to refuse the human's earnest plea, split his soul into two halves, and seeing how the ice and snow had given way to verdant plains, hearing the laughter and song that now filled the once somber city, the aging Lupus Boreas turned to his friend, So, this is the world the humans dreamed of. Though the knight's journey was not yet over, the wolf chose to bid farewell to his companion here. He had written the end to his story. What knowledge he had been gifted flowed into the land. Well, that's how a bard would tell the tale. Lord Boreas is...
There is no need for you to ask that question.
So that's what happened. You returned to Mondstat with that knight 1,000 years ago, and then, for the sake of the new Mondstat,
You need not feel remorse on my account. That was my answer. If anyone should feel regret, it is the part of me who remained in nod-krai. That is surely why those vile aberrations.
But we followed Boreas's trail in nod-krai. We investigated and discovered no signs of instability.
Andreas should still be slumbering by the lakeside. Perhaps all the recent turmoil and there's more. I detect another familiar scent from across the...
Oh, the White Knight who became the Bloodstained Knight? The mightiest knight of...
I remember him as just a man. His lifespan should be no longer than any other of his kind. But before, it was the ancient kingdom of Conria, as you call it. Beyond that...
If you want to get to the bottom of this, I'm afraid you'll have to make another trip to nod-krai yourself. As luck would have it, another old friend of ours just so happens to be free right now. If...
No wonder I can suddenly sense the east wind's presence.
If even Mondstat has been affected by the fallout, nod-krai must be in real trouble by now.
Varka, is he in danger?
I believe too many passengers would slow our dear friend down. I fear he only has room to carry one person, along with perhaps a diminutive companion.
Alright, wish it could be me, but I accept that we should send our strongest warrior to fight nod-krai's battles. I'll stay here and deal with any wild hunt that try harassing Mondstat.
I stay in Mondstat too.
Razor, give me... Golden-haired traveler, give this token to the current knight of Boreas. It is a wolf spirit. It contains my power and thoughts.
The Dominator of Wolves once bestowed the power of his soul upon his pack, strengthening their hearts and sharpening their claws and fangs.
But human hearts and flesh cannot bear the soul of a wolf to prevent the entanglement of souls. The most, although, truth be told, that night the great wolf king of the north remains strong for now. Besides...
I will protect Lupakal. The north and Varka?
Just give me the word whenever you're ready.
On y va? On va partir à dos de Dvalin.
Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. You'll probably have to hit the root of this turmoil lies with the remnant soul that Andreas... He once left nod-krai and braved the blizzards to confront the god of storms and claim the right to rule. Yet even as the tower fell, he chose to abandon his claim. Instead, he returned to the north and slumbered for 1,000 years when the wolf spirit could no longer maintain his physical... Any questions before you set off? Bet 500 years ago, Roland seemed destined to become the mightiest knight of Boreas ever. He believed firmly in his own ideals of chivalry, vowing to eliminate all injustice from the world. Neither his mentor, the wolf pup Rostam, nor the Grand Master, known as the Lion of Light. But what was the scent that reeks of blood that Lupus Boreas sensed? Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. You'll probably have to hit the ground running with... The soul of a wolf is as unyielding as ice, and Andrea, but human hearts and flesh cannot contain the soul of a god. Attempting to place... That's why Lupus Boreas developed the technique of imbuing weapons with his soul. In fact, there is an ancient song that tells this tale. A weapon once of common iron, now through friendship turned divine. Twixt man and wolf a bond was made. As much as he might claim not to accept humans, his actions sing a different... Any questions before you set off? All right, over to you, Dvalin!
Décidément, on le revoit souvent Dvalin maintenant. On l'a vu lundi dans la quête de...
We must part ways here. Barbatos and I have other plans. We will meet you again later.
Alright! Hey, wait! How are we getting down?
Mais Paimon, tu sais voler. Oh. J'espère que je suis pas mort.
Hold the line! The enemy's on the brink of collapse!
Grandmaster! It's...
Haha! Reinforcements! It's about time!
And Paimon too!
We're just about hanging in there. Most of their grunts are taken care of now. Their leader's gonna have to make a fight or flight. What will it be, mightiest knight of Boreas?
As expected, this hastily summoned Wild Hunt horde is nothing but a disorganized rabble. A mere shadow of the forces gathered by the Rehier, but they have served their purpose. I now understand your tactics, and you, in turn, Farewell, heir to the knighthood of Boreas. Whether you choose to resist me or not, I shall set right the injustice.
Guess they're retreating for now.
So that Wolf of the North lookalike, that was Andreas? Ugh, forget that. We can save the details for later. He was the
There's no point chasing after him. We've crossed blades already, and it ended in a stalemate. Right now, there's nothing we could do about him. True. We're still not certain of his true identity, but whether he's a god corrupted by the Abyss, killing him might be just about possible. Especially now that you're here. The difficult part is, we can't kill him right now.
Huh? What do you mean?
No. Judging from our skirmishes so far, I don't think he's got any special abilities of that caliber. Nor does he have the ridiculous level of power wielded by the 5 sinners. But, compared to Rerir, our current foe clearly has a better understanding of how to exploit nod-krai to his advantage. Exactly. Sounds like you realize what the crux of the issue is. I managed to cut off a sample from our foe, which Albedo and Durin are analyzing as we speak. Meanwhile, our other allies should be making their way home from their own battles by now. We still have some big challenges ahead before this expedition can finally be declared.
C'est Yehuda?
The meeting is probably gonna be in the biggest tent, right? Looks like a bunch of people are there already.
C'est Yehuda.
Why don't we go chat with them?
Hey, good to see you again. Oh, she went to see Lauma and Columbina at the Frost Moon Scions. Apparently, there haven't been any changes to that space.
That means the recent wild hunt attacks have nothing to do with Rerir, right? Ooh, that's a really...
They're keeping a close watch on it. Oh yeah, Lauma and Columbina asked me to pass on a message too. Focus on the enemy. Huh, you know something? These Knights of Favonius are paying me a pretty nice sum to deliver a few simple messages.
Ça, il m'en faut. Pokiluka. Oh, il y a Inefa. Il y a Flint aussi. Il y a du monde.
Short distance propulsion module on cooldown. 15 minutes until next departure. Switching to chat mode. Hello there, Paimon, traveler. Varka placed a sizable order with the Clink Clink Krumkake craft shop. I know is hard at work producing the strategic reserve, while I am handling the delivery. Secondly, I am also here to attend the meeting.
Huh? Flint's! Paimon thought the Lightkeeper's rep will be Itlua or...
You're quite right. However, Itlua and Nikita are both busy organizing the Ratniki's region-wide response to the and since I'm well acquainted with everyone else here, I was the one they recommended to attend the meeting. Sometimes you don't get a choice.
C'est là le hall des fées. C'est sympa comme zone. Bon, Varka.
Hey, honorary knight. looks like pretty much... Oh, Beto and Durin are just wrapping up their analysis. You want to wait for them here? Great. While we're waiting, could you update me on the...
Bah du coup la chasse sauvage a commencé à envoyer un Mondstat.
And that's where things stand. The Wild Hunt is no longer under the Reikir of Solnari's control, but it has been reborn. Intel from the Frost Moon Scions and the Curatorium of Secrets corroborates this. No disturbances have been detected in the space where Rere resides. What we are facing here is a completely new foe.
Summarizing current situation. To confirm, the present leader of the Wild Hunt is the creature resembling a wolf.
More precisely, it's the external will that has seized control of Andrias' spirit.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. I'm completely lost. Isn't Roland how'd he suddenly get wrapped up with a god from 1,000 years in the past and the present-day Wild Hunt?
Allow us to explain that part. Are you familiar with compensation mechanisms? When an organism sustains damage, relevant tissues will undergo changes to For example, when one kidney is damaged, the other will be strengthened to compensate. Or, when a main artery is blocked, the collateral vessels become more active. Similarly, when the Wild Hunt lost their leader, the Abyss harnessed the memories that flow throughout the ley lines to fashion a new one, fit for the present circumstances. That new leader is a mirror image of Roland, the Bloodstained Knight.
Right. No matter how strong the compensation is, it will never quite match the functionality of the Roland replica can't possibly imitate Rere's overwhelming power, nor his ability to disguise himself as others. So, the Abyss made use of the connection between Roland and Boreas to compensate for
the replica corrupted and took control of Andrias as he slumbered by the bank of Eimsvartnir, ultimately manifesting as the giant beast that you all witnessed. However, exactly why the Abyss chose Roland to mimic, and indeed how it...
I guess he must have gotten caught up with the Abyss or nod-krai somehow during his wanderings through Tevat.
Okay, Paimon gets all that, but what did you mean when you said we can't kill him
We can't kill him right now because a dead god may prove more dangerous than a living one. From intelligence gathered during the expedition, we have reason to believe that the power released when a god is felled can have catastrophic consequences for us mortals. Worse still, the wrath that remains after a god's passing becomes a source of endless turmoil. Once god remains contaminate the land, they will persist for thousands of years. This land has already been ravaged by the Wild Hunt. If we add god remains to the mix, it'd be like
Query. While I can indeed find records of disasters caused by god remains in my database, there also appear to be cases of gods dying naturally with no ill effect in that land. The passing of the Pyro-Archon's flame is a common occurrence throughout history, and even the part of Andrias who remains in Mondstat has experienced death once before.
Great question. Glad you asked. Honorary Knight, you said Lupus Boreas gave you a token to pass on to me? Please, present it now. It should help explain things fast. Come forth, Boreas!
This form has come to the end of its time. I'm afraid I can accompany you. My soul will fall into silence, and my power will flow into the ley lines of this land. Do not grieve for me. A final wish before I...
You saw it too. You must have keen powers of perception. Not that it surprises me. That was Boreas' final thoughts before merging with the ley lines. It's the reason Mondstat remains unharmed by his god remains. In his final moments, He made a choice to give everything he was to the ley lines. All to protect Mondstats from harm.
Sounds like Andrea spent thousands of years searching for his place in the world.
Yes. And now our task is to return the answer. Only then can he break free from the corruption and control of the Abyss, and make that decision once more.
I see. I would say that planting thoughts inside the mind of a god sounds a little far-fetched, but since it was his own wish...
Wait, we already have a perfect solution? Then...
Ha ha ha. If only it were that simple. Unfortunately, this one thought alone is unlikely to be powerful enough to break through the Abyss. We need to find a way to make the thought within this sword stronger and more resilient.
For now, Boreas needs all his remaining strength to fight against the abyssal corruption to Mondstadt's ley lines. He can't afford to send us any more. However, since his form was unstable during his journey with the first Knight of Boreas, many wolf spirit fragments were left behind along the way. If we can collect those fragments, we can use them to strengthen the decision.
So we need to retrace his steps and look for random fragments?
You don't need to worry about that. There's a few fragments left to gather in nod-krai. Most of them are already inside this sword. I've been collecting them during the whole expedition.
Huh? Wait, really?
I mean, it's an expedition, not a stroll in the park. Each step of the way, we've been hard at work planning for not just the wild hunt in the Abyss, but ancient gods remain.
Sounds like this plan was a long time in the making.
As a matter of fact, I did. I caught a glimpse of fate's reflection, but I can't take credit for it. It was all thanks to the help of a few friends. Still, all I saw was that an abyssal calamity was brewing in the north. Had I known more, we could have saved a lot of energy. Instead, we've had to make best guesses, prepare for every pop. Sure is. Just one crucial step remains.
Pareil, on n'a pas vu Mona à Mondstats.
Wolf spirit fragments scattered around nod-krai. According to what Boreas told me before we left Mondstadt, his form was at its most unstable at the beginning of his journey. But of course, we've been tied up fighting battles since the day we set foot in nod-krai. First with the wild hunt, then with the doctor.
Okay, so 3 more mini expeditions to go.
I managed to gather one fragment before Roland reappeared. I also have a confirmed location for the second, which I'll take care of in short order. As for the third fragment, we've identified a general search area to focus on. The final snag is that since our foe is a replica of Roland, he too—
With our foe being from Mondstadt, it's our duty as Mondstadt—
And since the wild hunt is involved, the Lightkeepers will—
The Clink Clink Crumbpocket craft shop will also help in any way we can.
So what do they need me here for? Wait, I think maybe I signed a contract at some point. Didn't exactly scrutinize it.
Ah, great. Knew I could count on you all. Lastly, our friend from the Curatorium of Secrets will provide intel and relay battlefield communications.
So, you'll be darting back and forth across the battlefield, dodging the wild hunt and the shadow of an ancient...
Rating for Yehoda updated. Higher quality ingredients will be used to prepare your future meals.
Darn it! I should know this painting wouldn't come that easy.
I'll deal with the second wolf spirit fragment,
C'est
which
blasé.
we already know the location of. The moment you make any progress with fragment 3, be sure to give me an update. Traveler, could you join me in retrieving fragment 2? I have a feeling that your unique constitution might come in handy. All right, time is of the essence. Let's move out, people. Dismissed!
Bon, c'est à 300 mètres. Dismiss. Hop, 514 points. Pas mal. J'avoue, ces temps-ci, je sais pas pourquoi, j'ai un peu plus de mal qu'avant à faire mes cotis. J'ai trop la flemme. Genre, le soir, je monte. Bah, je me cale direct dans mon lit. J'ai trop la flemme de... d'allumer mon PC. J'imagine que cette tâche a quelque chose à voir.
Didn't you say fragment 2 was supposed to be right here? Where the heck is it?
Seems like we've run into a slight hindrance. Can I leave this to you, Honorary Knight? Traveler, Paimon, when this is all over, I'm gonna invite you.
Ouais, j'ai pas plus le temps de voir.
I once got Boreas to explain to me how he stores his soul inside objects. All I need to do is transfer it to my sword. Just like back at the camp, but this time, you'd best step back a bit, just in case.
So, you're saying you don't know how to love people, and you don't understand human love either. Sorry, I just think the fact you're ruminating on this is all the proof you need that I have a funny feeling that by the time this journey ends, you'll have found your own...
No, you're wrong. There is no redemption at the end of this path.
Donc là c'est le corrompu par l'abysse.
Stained black with blood. My conscience will remain as white as snow. If pledging allegiance to the abyss is the only way to sever the injustice of fate, then I shall serve in its name.
Oh, sure enough, this place has been corrupted by Roland's will. Whew. I'm fine. I was prepared for this. It wasn't enough to... We got here just in time. The fragment hasn't been fully corrupted yet. Assuming we can undo the damage, it should still be... Purifying the abyssal corruption would definitely be a safe approach. But that... Could you try reversing the corruption? Not purifying it, exactly, but...
So, keep the Roland part intact as well as the wolf spirit?
Firstly, to test whether it's possible. And secondly, to view Roland's memories. Let me think. How is it explained to me? Ah, yes. Focus on a single thought within the 1,000 winds. Ha 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 ha! Actually, neither do I.
Huh. Sounds like something a certain tone-deaf bard would come up with when he can't think of...
I thought it might mean something to you.
Il a dit un truc mais
Never mind.
c'est pas ce qu'il a
I'll
dit.
explain it in more human terms. Traveler, when you were in Natland, you went fishing for ancient names, correct? If I'm not mistaken, the Night Kingdom was like a river flowing with concepts, and you were trying to capture the concept belonging to a particular ancient name. I'm thinking the same basic principles should apply here.
Okay, but back then, we had a boat and a net. This time?
This wolf spirit fragment is like a puddle compared to the Night Kingdom. No need for a boat. As for a net, this is what I've heard.
Thoughts and emotions are like interwoven threads. They can create a net, or they can create a rope. They can separate love from hatred, and they can bind objects and events together. Thought is the anchor for a being's existence, through which emotions are drawn forth.
Also, we barely know anything about Roland.
Well, maybe you could try this.
What is it? It looks old and tattered.
It's an unsent letter, written by the wolf pup Rostam, Knight of Boreas, from 500 years ago. It was meant for his disciple, the White Knight Roland. After Rostam lost his life in the Abyssal Calamity, but trying to track Roland down was like chasing a shadow. He never did find him. And so this letter has been...
Quite the antique, then.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure.
Hey! What happened to Mr. Plans for every contingency?
What can I say? Some people like to wait till they've got all their ducks in a row before taking the first step, but I prefer to dive on in and plan as I go. I've been doing it, but anyway. Don't they say that poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts? Can't hurt to give it a try, surely. Whoa. It actually worked?
You really are making this up as you go along!
So the assimilation of souls really can be reversed. Just like he said.
If what you say is true, the monsters I've slain, the justice I have sought to uphold, for mortals to escape, a great and ancient kingdom was wrongfully cursed, turning its inhabit. The code of chivalry tolerates not. If abyss be thy name, I pledge to.
And that is where the blood-stained knight's tale came to an end. With that, he bade his humanity farewell. I dare say you must find it quite ironic, knight.
That I... Dainsleif? No. Boris, while we gazed into the past, he was gazing right back at us. Could it be? So that's what happened. After leaving Mondstats and wandering the land, Roland ventured underground and saw, once he had learned of Conria's fate, he saw the gods' judgment as the greatest injustice. So he surrendered himself to giving them his knowledge, his power, his everything.
Uh-oh! Does this mean we have to take on the visionary?
I'm inclined to agree. If our enemy could see the future, both the Wild Hunt and Roland would be acting with far more lethal precision. But even without the Visionary's input, Roland still has an intel advantage we can't afford to underestimate. Every minion of the Wild Hunt serves as Roland's eyes and ears. We need to think one step ahead if we want to outmaneuver him. And on that note, I have a plan I want to discuss with you. Well, the fewer people who know, the less likely it is to get leaked. Besides, it wasn't a fully formed plan back then. That about covers it. Sorry to ask so much of you again. No plan is free of risks. At least this one actually gives. If I fail, Anselm and Albedo can take the reins. Not to mention we still have Jean and Mondstats.
Oh, there has to be another way! Like...
If only there were. But I don't think our enemy will give us enough time to find one.
Hey! Are you guys done here yet?
Ah, you heard. Yes, we've successfully retrieved the wolf spirit fragment.
Nope. It's a total disaster. More Wild Hunt monsters than I've seen in my whole life. We need backup urgently.
Come on, we're out of time. You'll just have to trust me on this one. What can I say? I'm not the Grand Master. Fill me in. What's the situation?
We ran into resistance almost as soon as we set off. Albedo said we should split into 2 teams.
Good call. Locating the wolf spirit fragment is our key objective.
Well, it seems the enemy figured as much too. Now, both search teams. Before we ran into trouble, this is the search area the 2 teams are holed up here and here.
But the Wild Hunt is stopping them from relaying messages back, right? Do we have any more troops available?
We can't spare troops from any of the fronts right now.
The logistics company is standing by.
Hanefa!
Designated drop point reached. Initiating, the logistics company was assisting Aino with the production of the strategic reserve.
Amazing. Just...
Hey, seeing as you can fly and all, shouldn't you be the one out here?
I regret to say that without the workshop's catapult, and with my short-distance propulsion module on cooldown, I will only be able to return to the battlefield after another 5 minutes. The logistics company has very limited provisions, only enough for a single battle.
Both. Once one team has been rescued, the remaining forces will be free to support the other. We'll move out...
Bon, je pense que les Ratniki s'en sortiront mieux.
Something's not right. The Wild Hunt's offensive doesn't seem to be getting any weaker as the battle goes on. Don't get dragged into the enemy's rhythm. Logistics company, scout up...
Yes, sir! Reporting in, sir. We've identified viable sites for deploying explosives.
Good. Wait for my signal.
Logistics company, deploy!
Grandmaster! Honorary Knight! Goodness you're here.
Be careful. There's no end to these monsters. However many we kill, more keep coming.
I thought. Well, they're about to get a shock to the system. We'll wipe them out faster than they can replenish their numbers. We just have to hold on until the logistics company is ready. Is that the signal to say they're ready? It's showtime! Fall back!
Yes, sir!
Ready? Fire! The enemy has sustained heavy casualties. Should be a while before they're strong. Use this time to catch your breath.
Yes, sir. We've narrowed down the search area for the final fragment to...
That's not exactly very narrow.
We split the search area between us and the Ratniki. Maybe they...
Either way, I was about to go lend them a hand next anyway.
Absolutely.
We've run right through our supplies. We'll stay here and deal with... Now that they've lost their numerical advantage, they're...
Non, on peut pas les voir plus loin. Bon allez, voilà.
Ugh, looks like the same situation here.
Reinforcements. Hey, you keep them busy while we work on getting rid of this god-awful...
Understood. Everyone got that? It's up...
Yes, sir!
You're running out of steam. Now's your chance.
Affirmative. Sorry to keep you waiting.
That's their source. It was hidden in the mist. If we destroy that, the Wild Hunt won't be able to summon any more reinforcements.
Knights of Favonius, charge!
Oh, ouais. Un peu de vie.
Ooh, I'm glad that's finally over.
Brave knights, on behalf of the Lightkeepers, I thank you for your assistance.
There's no need to be so formal. When it comes to the Abyss, we're all in this together.
Very well. We've narrowed down the search area for the final fragment to this zone here.
Yes! Now it feels like we're fun.
I'll say, we're sure to face fierce resistance.
It would be our pleasure.
Much obliged. All right. The hiding in the mist trick again. These guys, you all know the drill. The night.
Yes, sir!
Lightkeepers, prepare to dispel the mist.
Knights of Favonius, charge! Thunder! Time to counterattack!
Huh?
Sa plume, son outil. D'habitude, ils ont tous une petite phrase et tout. Lui, juste il lui.
Rally to the Grandmaster! Charge!
Mais prends le heal. What the fuck?
This wild hunt doesn't know. Traveler!
Mr. Varka,
just like last time.
Don't underestimate us, Grandmaster.
Ha! That's the spirit. Stay on your toes and either we all march back to Mondstats together. The final fragment is right there. Don't let me down.
It seems you have collected them all.
Yeah, and with no corrupted fragments or ambushes along the way. I have to commend your chivalry, Sir Roland.
A true knight does not resort to underhanded tactics. Were this body not a false one created by the Wild Hunt? Nor if you need a moment to rest.
Save your breath. If you want to fight, let's fight!
As you wish. Then let us.
is everyone all right?
My granny fights better than these rookies. It's Egbert I'm worried about. You still alive?
For a moment there, I thought...
Hey, stay put, you guys. Leave the rest to us.
Forget us. We can take care of ourselves.
You're the only one still standing. Honorary not.
We can't lose our Varka! Please! You have to find...
You're holding back, Knight of Boreas. This duel does no justice to the way of Your plan is doomed to fail. How can a helpless lamb hope?
You're on to me.
Andreas's question, Boreas's answer. The means to bear the false path may be wide and welcoming. It's over. Your sword lies shattered. The wolf spirit and the thoughts you blindly placed your faith in have nowhere left to dwell. Join me and pledge your allegiance to the abyss, Knight of Boreas.
For the next part, it's over to you, Outlander who caught the wind.
Quoi? Juste il s'est laissé bouffer.
The sword is unbroken. Looks like I'm no longer in reality. This must be a space built for
il a laissé...
entangled consciousnesses of
Il a laissé
Boreas
bouffer
and
son épée
Roland.
pour y implanter tous les fragments.
There's no way back. And all that lies ahead is the wolf's maw. Huh. Guess the only way is through.
Si on peut pas sortir par la gueule, on passe par derrière. Hein.
A Favonius sword.
J'allais dire, c'est une épée de Favonius.
Who left this here?
Lonely warrior. Take me to see him.
Huh?
No matter the epoch, the world is awash with corruption and injustice. I have aided the oppressed and righted many wrongs. I have slain sinners and delinquents. I have slaughtered tyrants and demons. But however mighty one's blade, before the great injustice of fate, a mere mortal can but bow their head. There is only one way to save them.
Who are you really trying to convince?
Moi je crois que proc tous les E là c'est... C'est avec les dispersions.
The title of Boreas must find an heir.
J'étais pas sûr qu'il avait son glider.
The scent that reeks of blood appears to be getting stronger. Looks like I can just jump right over these obstacles.
D'accord, une épée. J'ai l'impression d'être tout gras. Ça m'énerve. La mort du loup.
No matter the epoch, is awash with corruption and injustice. Even the most fearless hero cannot fight what fate has ordained. And even the holiest god cannot escape the shackles that bind them. Lupus Boreas, if you still harbor love for humanity, then you must surely know. There has only ever been one way to save them from injustice. Surrender to the abyss.
Malicious lies! That's gonna leave a scar.
Oh shit.
Huh? My old friend.
This is not where your path ends. You must continue on.
This wind feels less than welcoming. I'd better take shelter.
D'accord. Oh, il a cassé tous les obstacles.
I can't hide from it.
You must deliver it.
Your path cannot end here. You draw near to the heart of the wolf.
Even if you had an army of 10,000 men, in the end, you must face this fight alone. Lonely warrior. Step forward.
Is this the heart of the wolf?
Le chevalier sanglant. Ensanglanté.
After countless bloody battles, trials, tribulations, and hardships, I, with my mortal flesh and blade, attained power to rival that of the gods. But you know better than I that a mortal's prime is fleeting. In 5 years, maybe 10, age will snatch your strength. The power you take such pride in will fade to naught, disappearing like dust in the wind.
Your fame will be as fleeting as firewood beneath the starry sky. Lit at dusk, dead by dawn. Utterly insignificant.
Oh yeah? Be that as it may, the fires that burn down here blaze more brilliantly than the light of 1,000 stars.
They blaze for but a moment. 100 years from now, your earthly flame will be long snuffed out. And those you once illuminated will be left cowering in the cold and empty night.
Ha! No. They'll remember me in 100 years, just as I remember all of you from centuries ago. That's the thing about firewood. From the embers of a dying flame, a new fire arises, burning bigger and brighter than ever before.
A knight's duty is to save others, not demand things from them. How can one call themselves a knight while placing their hopes in generations to come?
Well, as long as I put an end to you here and now, I won't need to rely on anyone else. Now, show yourself, Roland!
Put an end to me? Your body and mind are already at the limit of what they can bear. It is only a matter of time before they yield and crumble. But if this is your final request... I shall do as you wish. Knight of Boreas.
Huh. You're not quite how I imagined you. You don't seem half as...
Not once have I strayed from the righteous path. But when I look at you, I do not see a hero capable of slaying dragons. Just a lost...
I guess we have that much in common. Neither of us are at our peak.
The Rehir of Solnari's forces have been defeated. And the Roland you see is but an imperfect... I wield the power that Roland did at his peak. But my heart and mind remain Therefore, I, in my current form, am flawed. A knight cannot bear their... After redeeming you from injustice, and guiding your surrender to the abyss, I shall rectify myself, and continue to follow the knightly path.
Huh. The world out there can bear no more of your torment. Your obsession, clearly, remains exactly as I had imagined. I suppose there's no chance to make you see...
No words can make a knight doubt his convictions, no matter how noble they may sound. Otherwise, why would you pin all your hopes on Boreas' single thought? But now the blade that once housed the wolf spirit has been shattered, and all you hold is a phantom. You no longer have the means to change the situation. And no...
Maybe you're partly right. But I think I might just have a shot at a rescue.
What do you mean?
There's only one person's mind I need to change, and it isn't yours. Forgetting where we are? This is the heart of Andrias, god of the North Wind. Andrias, can you hear me? Wake up! You are the great god of the North Wind. How long will you allow yourself to suffer the domination of the Abyss?
If this is your final gambit, grand displays of heartfelt wishes cannot summon miracle.
Return. Return to... Is this the answer that I found?
Andreas, at long last, I have delivered your token back into your heart.
A knight of Boreas. This is all that a wolf can hope to do.
On behalf of all humanity, I thank you, Lord of Wolves.
Boreas is returning to the ley lines. But why? Your sword is broken. You no longer have the means to bear his...
Begging for miracles is a futile endeavor. I know better than that. But a sword is just one kind of vessel. There are other ways to store a soul.
The Dominator of Wolves once bestowed the power of his soul upon his pack, strengthening their hearts and
Even if it is not my intention, the soul of Lupus Boreas will inevitably ravage.
If a mortal heart is to bear the soul of a god, this is a path that cannot be retraced. Yet, I shall not dissuade a knight.
Your heart, your soul, they are collapsing.
You were wondering how a lamb could tame the heart of a wolf. Isn't that... Here's my answer. You get the wolf to swallow the heart.
The wolf spirit within the sword was merely a decoy. To avoid arousing my suspicion, you deliberately allowed Lupus Boreas' soul to assimilate your own, then be devoured by me. But how did you have the
Compared to Lupus Boreas' decision,
you have a stubborn will, and employed an exceptional... Your soul is now merged with that of Andreas. When he fully... Neither Barbados nor the Traveler will be able to anchor your soul from within the ley lines. You have lost, and so have I. Regrettably, may your soul rest in peace with Boreas, lonely warrior.
Est-ce qu'il est son épée?
Haha! Lonely? Sorry to disappoint you, but as much as it sounded like the perfect ending for both of us to return to the ley lines together, the fact is that, unlike the true Roland of the past, I still have fine wine and good friends to get back. I'm not ready to accept my fate just yet.
Ding dong! You've got mail!
Until I return, I leave them in your care. The Knights of Favonius will always welcome you. Come on, to Mondstats.
Dear Grandmaster.
To Varka. To Varka.
Family.
No pig call.
Poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts. Make sure they all get delivered, Outlander who caught the wind.
Grandmaster!
Grandmaster.
Grandmaster.
Master.
Varka.
Varka.
Uncle Varka! Hey, Sarai!
For Varka.
The thoughts of others anchor you, reversing the assimilation. Using your connections, relying on outside help. This is not the way of a knight. The abyss can sustain me no longer. But now, countless souls who died unjustly will emerge to prevent your return. If you believe in your path, then grant them release. Carve your way out through bloodshed. Varka, mightiest knight of Boreas.
This is how it ends. Throw the plan out of the window. Fight my way to victory. Well, that suits me just fine!
A knight is always true to their word. So please, keep your promise and return victorious.
You are not alone.
Right back at you, Varka.
Thunder! The north wind blows southward. May it guide you on your journey home.
Oh, la musique est trop bien.
Leave it all to me.
J'aurais pu mettre un bouclier.
There's an ice-cold drink with your name on it. Ready when you are.
Don't go dying in a place like this, Varka.
Can't fall here! Thunder! Freeze!
On me!
Try to keep up!
Ooh.
On me! Try to keep up!
C'est chaud un peu. Mais... Non, je me suis fait chier dessus là.
Spread your wings and soar toward a new dawn.
Fate's chosen Lupaka.
One, 5
Ok.
Walk forward and do not look back.
Ok.
Varka, now I know the meaning of my name.
After the lengths you've made everyone go for you, you'd better make sure to thank us all properly when you get back.
You know, I have a lot of things to update you on, but they can wait until you're back.
I have no intention of returning to the Knights of Favonius, but I trust you will find a way to manage on your own.
Grandmaster, we're all waiting for you.
Oh.
Les armes des Favonus.
I'm not doing too bad a job as Grandmaster, am I? I'll take that silence as your approval. Everything you swore to protect with your lives, it's all still here, safe and sound. The Knights of Favonius, Mondstats, and the oath sworn by every knight. I'll protect them all with my life. And so, I'll deliver that letter on your behalf.
Ah, sa lettre.
I know it's just a shadow of the real Roland, but if you have the time, could you please read it for him?
Et moi, je voulais bien récupérer l'épée.
Lost him and Arundelen. They never forgot you. Phew. This has been one long expedition. From here on out, I think I'll let the wind lead.
C'est marrant, c'est mi-dialogue, mi-cinématique. C'est pas mal quand même. Il s'est réveillé à Mondstats.
Hey everyone. It's been a mighty long time. I'm thrilled to see you all again.
Welcome back, Grandmaster.
Yeah. I'm home.
Oh, ça se termine comme ça.
It's been a while since I felt this wind on my face. Just how I remember. So, is there anything you'd like to talk about? Now's your chance before I get dragged off to the office. This sword was just a decoy. I carried his soul in my own heart. That was the plan I was most certain would work. The second half, though, using everyone's thoughts to guide me back out of the ley lines, I wasn't too sure that would work out.
All jokes aside, what would you have done if the Traveler hadn't been able to separate the wolf spirit from
Initially, I was planning to have Barbados carry out that step. But when I approached him about it, he said there was a much more suitable candidate. Turns out our trust was not misplaced. Thank you. Then, I guess we'd have had to get Barbados to send a wind to blow me back home. But it would have come at a heavy price, and with no guarantee of success. It's a good question. A glass of the finest dandelion wine, perhaps? No doubt I'd have to pay for it with a secret stash of cash in my office.
You're dreaming if you think it would have come that cheap.
It's been a while since I felt this wind on my face. Well, with the shadow of Roland vanquished, the Wild Hunt won't be able to consolidate their forces for the
Pourquoi
foreseeable
tu me fais une mise à jour maintenant?
A few knights will remain on rotation at the nod-krai stronghold, but everyone else will be sent home in waves.
Ça doit légit faire 2 ans que j'en ai pas vu. Les Brutocolinus étranges.
So, it's been a while since I felt my future. Huh. You may already have learned of this from Barbados or the Hexen Circle, but I glimpsed... Correct. Although, as things stand now, I believe we may have changed the course of the... Still, after I've tied up some loose ends... Besides, the first group of knights who volunteered to stay there have yet to be relieved of their duty. How could I simply abandon them?
How noble. But be honest, your main reason for going back to nod-krai is... Wait, seriously?
I'm only pulling your leg. You'll be seeing a lot more of me in Mondstats from now. It's been a while since I've... All right, then. I'm gonna stay here and enjoy the breeze for a little long...
No more lies.
Acho.
The blessings of the heavens do not fall in
Bon, j'aurais aimé qu'il donne des pierres géo, j'en ai besoin. Ouais, je vais récupérer mes récompenses. Bon. Tellement de trucs. 2 heures. La quête d'histoire. Ouais, c'est à peu près ce qu'il faut pour une quête d'histoire.
Ad Astra Abyssal. Thank you for completing today's commission. Ad Astra.
En vrai, je pense qu'ils auraient dû soit inverser la sortie des boss, soit sortir Iluga comme maintenant. Parce qu'en vrai, je pense que... Oh. Oh. Varka, c'est qui? Yoimiya? Qu'est-ce qu'elle fout là? Attendez, c'est où? C'est là-haut? Ouais. Je pense que ce boss-là, déjà, convient mieux à Iluga que celui-là. Ah ouais. Bon, faut que je dépense mes résines. J'ai les machins, les trucs, les bidules. Est-ce que... Parce que up des personnages, c'est bien beau. Je commence à être en rate de Mora. On n'est pas. Ça me saoule. Ah ouais, tous ceux qui sont pas là, qui sont vraiment nuls. Donc je peux les mettre. Ouais, tu diras. Oh, c'est nul. Bon, je vais juste finir de up ça. Bon, dégâts crit. Mais il me faut du taux-crit. J'ai cruellement besoin de taux-crit. Enfin, cruellement. Faudrait minimum 10% de taux-crit en plus. Minimum. C'est pas mal. Voilà. Tiens, Géo. Hop. Et du gars. Ouais, c'est ça, c'est chiant. Mais du coup, j'ai trouvé où mes pierres Géo? Et Gorou. Bon, je le verrai pas là. Mais c'est la matrice perpétuelle là. Soit j'ai des trucs Géo, soit j'ai des trucs glace. Oh, c'est des perles. Oh, chiant. Ah oui, puis c'est... Coquille spectrale. Le truc, c'est que je me dis, il peut me servir dans la team Z-Buy. Comme il a un heal. Bon. Bon, en termes des quêtes, je suis à jour. Quête d'histoire. Tout est fait. Il y en a beaucoup. Celle de Mavwika, c'est quand il y avait Shibalanke, je crois. Celle de Shuri était bien, je me souviens. Celle d'Arlecchino, c'est ce qui a donné le boss à Arlecchino. Celle de Navia était bien aussi. Mais c'est toutes bien en vrai. Neida, ça a donné à Pep. Raiden, ça a donné Raiden. Zongli, ça a donné Asta. J'ai tellement de clés. Ah, c'est vrai qu'il y a des trucs que j'ai pas fini. Si, j'ai tout fini. Ah si, j'ai tout fini. Ok. Chronique tribale. Ah tiens, je vais aller faire la chronique Célène. Tant que j'y pense. Comme ça, ce sera fait pour cette semaine.
Wow, it's so lively here today. Wait a sec. That's not dancing. Looks more like they're trying to bury her.
Help me.
Thank you. Why were the Kohenki acting like that just now?
Well, I decided to play a game with the little ones. And it seems they became...
Crowding around you like that after playtime?
Only this time, their gratitude felt more like...
You say that, but Paimon bets...
In any case, would the two of you like to give it... Yes.
Oh, sure thing!
Go on now. All you need to do is guess the image.
Huh? But did you actually manage to get the right answer?
No.
Huh. Well, Paimon's gonna quit while she's ahead. Why don't you take a guess, Traveler? Whoa! That reaction...
Congratulations.
Guess this means we did good!
The Kuhenki have taken a liking to you. I can feel it. They are at ease in your presence. Just as rhyme-horned deer fawns are given to bathing in the moonlight, so too are the Ku...
Oh!
Ok. Je suis tellement loin du glider. Parce que du coup on en fait un par semaine. 1, 2, 3 semaines encore. Plus encore 6 semaines. Je l'aurai peut-être à la prochaine mise à jour. Bon. On va aller voir Varka ce qu'il a à dire. Bon. Soit il est là. Soit il est en train de boire un coup. Oh, ça m'a fait bugger. Je peux rien faire. Bon, faut pas se laisser emporter par les caisses. Bizarrement, je me doutais qu'il était là. Mais je sais pas pourquoi, j'avais quand même un espoir qu'il soit plutôt en train de manger que de boire. Flint's au bar.
What did I tell you? You are, without a doubt, my best drinking buddy in all...
You're too kind, Mr. Varka. Truth is, though, I am but a dabbler when it comes to spirits.
Ah, Traveler! What impeccable timing. Fancy a drink?
I believe something on the milder side would be... As it happens, Mr. Dimyon is away on business. Allow me to prepare your drink in his stead. What'll it be then? Something sweet? Ah, nothing like a bit of indulgence after a busy day on the road. Sweet and creamy ought to hit just right.
Something sweet, huh? Hey, How about mixing in that juice we had last time? Now that's what I call...
In all our gatherings, Mr. Varka, I don't believe we have ever partaken in what one might call juice. You're referring to the bottle of Sakura sake imported from Inazuma, I presume. If I remember correctly, that tiny vial was the
Sakura sake? That's odd. I don't recall it having much of a taste at all. But I remember those pickled Sakura were delicious, and they were perfect with alcohol.
En tout cas, le voyageur il s'est mis à l'alcool apparemment.
Go. It may be nameless, but I'm confident it'll lift your spirits. Miss Paimon, allow me to present this freshly squeezed juice. I've included a bit of pulp to
Wow, thank you!
Mr. Varka, have a sip of this.
Oh, I get a serving too? What's this? The sobering up round after the party? This is... Oh, the taste of Wolfhook!
Your longing for Mondstat is quite evident, and I happen to have an eye for such subtlety.
Not bad at all. Shame, though. Can't find anyone else to keep me company on marathon drinking session. That said, I don't think you've ever quite drunk your fill.
If you're referring to the experience of being utterly absorbed in exquisite wine, allowing one's thoughts to wander freely and relishing the act of vanishes without a trace. But
Ha! That's only because the stuff we've got isn't strong enough. Like the fire water from Snezhnaya. You've definitely
Of course. But it's been some time now, so my recollection...
I'll get us a barrel one of these days. Then we can drink to our heart's content.
I shall defer to your judgment, Mr. Varka. First, however, allow me to raise a toast to this most pleasant evening encounter.
All right. Cheers!
Cheers!
Here's to a delight...
Ok. Bon, c'est sympa ces petites anecdotes. Bon, oui, Mia. Tu fous à nod-krai. Mais c'est vrai que ça a été mis à jour en 6.0, je crois, parce qu'on avait vu Aino, on avait vu Inefa, Flynn, Loma. Me dites pas qu'elle est là-dedans. Je vais regarder dans le curatorium avant. Il y a Nefer. Oh, bah, merci. Ah, ça marche aussi avec Yehuda. Je pensais que ça marchait et avec Nefer et avec Yehuda. Mince. Bon, que ça n'a rien changé. Ok, bon. Le Emir n'est pas ici. Mais il me semblait qu'elle devait avoir un skin, elle. Oh, Yuemiya, où est-ce que tu t'es encore foué? Oh. J'aime trop la façon dont elle tient sa 4ème flèche.
So you can build them that big, huh? Amazing. It's just that... Oh, wow! Fancy meeting you here. Could this be my lucky day? Anywho, I'm here on vacation. After traveling around Sumeru with you, I've only gotten faster and better at making fireworks. Business has been slow lately since it's the off-season for fireworks. After stocking up the shop with supplies, I decided to go on a little adventure and seek some inspiration. The plan is to have tons of fun before summer arrives. When I return with my new idea... Huh? Oh, right, of course! I've already figured it out. I've gotten all the ideas from this trip. Right now, I'm working on getting some small gifts for my family and... Look, I got some local dried fish for Dad and midsummer berry jam for Mom. They're both right. Now, I haven't bought any gifts for the children yet, but I've heard there's an... I heard she's super amazing. Word is that she built this cannon. I'm planning to pay her a visit, and I've also heard that she's a real free spirit, though. Should I bring something before visiting? I just don't know what she likes. Huh. So, I know the kid, and her family members are machines she made herself while living alone in her workshop all day? That's amazing! The kid next door would cry non-stop if left alone for just one night. It would take the neighbors the whole day to calm things down after. By contrast, it seems like the people of Nasha Town already see Aino as a mature mechanic, not as a child who needs their coddle. Still, just how many nights did she have to spend all by herself before Nefa came into her life? Well, we can't change what happened before. Looks like it was the right choice to bring my tools with me. I'll head over to Nasha Town to borrow their crafting station and make her a beautiful gift. What should I make? Fireworks? Tumari? You know what?
Bon. Oh. Il n'y a plus l'air d'en avoir. Après, il y en a peut-être dans d'autres régions. Varka, Yuemiya. Compense anecdote. Encore 2 pour avoir 50 primo. Ah, dans 2 heures, je peux utiliser ça. Bon, faut que je dépense mes résines. Mais je ne sais pas quoi faire. Il faut que je up Z-Buy. Pour Z-Buy, il me faut des pierres géo. Faut que je up Iluga. Mais je vais manquer aussi de pierres géo. Il faudrait que je regarde. Je sais pas si j'ai eu tous les points de TP. Succès. Non, il manque encore 2 points de TP. C'est quoi ce bordel?
Everlasting forest. Can't hide the truth. It all adds up. Seek within.
Bon, ok. Bon, ça a été lock. Bon, il n'y a pas grand chose d'intéressant. Oh, il y a le kit d'amélioration directement ici. Il manque que ça. Mais je sais pas si c'est utile de le up sur elle. Pour Ziba, il me faut ça, mais... Non. Il me faut aussi ça. Mais ça, il me faut des artefacts. Ça descend là-bas.
With one heart, we pray. Time to come clean. Can't hide the truth.
Quand on arrive à opti le DPS de Nefer, c'est quand même une dinguerie. C'est quand même une sacrée dinguerie. Ça t'en donne pas beaucoup.
The deception ends here. By the frost moon of all, it all adds up. It all falls into place. Can't hide the truth.
Hein?
Time to come clean.
Pourquoi ça fait pas beaucoup de dégâts?
No more lies. The mystery unravels. It all falls into place. Can't hide the truth. Seek within.
Finders keepers! Wait. A new moon rises.
Ancient assault. No more lies. It all adds up. Can't hide the truth.
Encore une fois. Bon, j'espère que ça servira pour d'autres personnages parce que...
For the everlasting forest, lush as the moonlit night for all. The mystery unravels. It all falls into place.
comprends pas, des fois j'atomise, des fois non. Moi j'ai une grosse pierre. Oh, c'est là. Ok. Retourner à Nasha Town. Bon, du coup, Ziba il est la priorité, on va dire. Bon, j'ai personne, non? J'en ai combien? 4. Il m'en manque 2. Bon. C'est ok. Je me dis, mince, pourquoi ils ont disparu les enfants? Pour laisser la place à Albedo et Jung.
And that's the alchemical transmutation process. What do you think?
I still can't remember the formula from just now. If I damage the crafting bench...
For small-scale work like this, failure will only result in the loss of materials. Besides, losing materials is an unavoidable part of learning alchemy. Yes. After all, alchemy counts as common sense in this world.
Wesh.
Durin happens to be interested in this too. Although the environment here is somewhat rudimentary.
I wrote down all the formulas Albedo taught me. There are so many numbers and symbols.
When it comes to learning, how fast you go, it looks like we've used up most of our materials.
Bon, ok, du coup j'ai une nouvelle anecdote. Bon, je vais aller voir vite fait ici.
This realm is...
Niveau 5. Bon. Faut tout acheter.
If you ever...
Oh, les affinités 10. Ok. Je vais pouvoir la dégager d'ici. Ça fait longtemps qu'elle est là.
This realm is...
Non, c'est pas toi.
If you ever...
De toute façon, je crois que... Bon, je m'en suis servi un tout petit peu. Mais elle a passé affinité 10 ici. I. Oh. Ça, je m'en fous. Voilà. J'ai toujours mes pièges. J'ai toujours ces trucs là aussi. Ça c'est pour une ème nomade, cailloux. Puis ça c'est les mannequins. Alors, voyons. Elle est où, Ningguang? S'il n'y a que Chichi. S'il n'y a personne. S'il y a Rosalia. Ah, Ningguang, elle est là aussi. Hop, compagnon. Tiens, je vais les mettre près de la statue Géo. Je peux les mettre Zibai. Hop. Colombina. Aino Inefa. Il y a une Gofflin. Loma. Colombina. Nefer, Aino, Varka. Durin. Ifa. Ça n'a pas enregistré? Qu'est-ce que j'ai foutu? C'est en train de s'enregistrer. D'accord. Je suis Cholo. Je sais plus d'où il vient. Je sais qu'il vient d'un event. Oui, miaou. Bon, je vais sortir d'ici. Ça c'est fait, ça c'est fait. Moi, ça va faire. Tiens, si on allait voir les échos peinturés. Ah, faut que je sorte d'abord de la théière pour aller au théâtre. Apparemment, il y a un truc avec Varka. Il ne prend pas de dégâts de chute. Si genre vous canalisez sa compétence à hauteur, vous allez tomber et vous ne prendrez pas de dégâts de chute. Je crois qu'il y a un peu le même truc avec Kinish. Qui d'autre? Varessa l'en prend. Oh, c'est joli. Oh shit. Vite commande dessus. Non. Oh non, je suis encore tombé. Non, pourquoi? Bon. C'est chiant, on se bat jamais sur l'eau avec Ayako. Bon là j'ai compris le truc, faut se mettre bien compte. Pourquoi il n'a pas sprint? J'étais en train de dire que j'avais compris le truc et puis je me foire. Mais encore faut bien se mettre contre les ballons. Mais... Non, mais non. Il y a... J'avais sprinté. Je comprends pas. Je deviens fou. Oh non. Et pourquoi je tombe de la glace? Non, il lui reste pas beaucoup d'HP. Bon, ça va, je dois pas refaire le premier truc. Mais comment ça me touche? J'allais dire, ma Yaka elle est pas si dégueu quand même. Mais attends. Ouais, c'est quand elle... Parce que j'allais dire, Ayaka ne peut pas courir. Voilà. Ça c'est fait. Bon, Ayato j'ai pas. Kli j'ai pas, Albedo j'ai pas, Naïda j'ai pas, Shen-I j'ai pas. Raiden j'ai. Je l'ai pas fait. D'accord. Moi je m'en sers pas Raiden. Dia j'ai, mais voilà, elle est pas... Elle est rien. Kanti j'ai pas, Kazuha j'ai pas, Ganyu j'ai pas, Ketching j'ai. Mais elle a rien, je m'en sers pas. Songli j'ai pas, Diluc, bah, pareil. Quoi. Voilà. Ningguang, Chichi, Chin. Ayaka Yilan. Mon main DPS et mon sub DPS de ma toute première team. Je vais dépenser mes résines condensées. Je vais le faire là. Comme ça me permet d'avoir les loots de notre nod-krai sans pour autant aller chercher les mobs. Faudra que j'aille chercher les 10% qui me restent sur chaque région là. C'est quoi le truc qui vole là-bas? D'accord. qui est bien, c'est que eux ils lootent. Mais n'empêche, j'aurais une fleur pour l'XP d'artefact. Bon après je peux juste farmer des artefacts tout bête. Mais pourquoi tu veux pas proc l'attaque Oh, niveau 7. Mais je crois que si Loma revient, je vais peut-être essayer de pull sa C1. Ça me permettra d'avoir un meilleur heal. Parce que vous voyez, des fois je me retrouve souvent low life.
No more lies.
Hop. J'ai les habits à faire, j'ai le théâtre, j'ai ça, mais ça je le ferai hors screen parce que c'est chiant. Non, c'est. J'allais dire c'est nouveau la pêche à nod-krai, mais non. Non, non, non. Est-ce qu'il y a une arme? Non, là, j'avais déjà regardé. Mais je veux suivre. C'est nul qu'ils ont pas continué de mettre les armes à la pêche. Ils en ont mis jusqu'à Sumeru. Il faudrait qu'ils trouvent un truc pour qu'on puisse avoir les armes d'événements passés. Ils l'ont fait sur Honkai, ce serait bien d'avoir sur Genshin en vrai. Passionné par la pêche, amatrice de livres, partenaire de pêche, Team Marie, autrefois pêché une relique de l'Atlas. Oh! Il n'était pas un poisson. Alors elle l'a rendu à la mer. D'accord. D'accord. Ouais. Décoration canne à pêche. C'est fou cette route qui mène à rien. C'est bien d'avoir un accès officiel pour venir ici. La pauvre elle est là-bas toute seule dans son coin. Bon normalement j'ai chopé tous les renseignements que je devais. Ah ouais il me restait des trucs à faire. Bon ça donne pas de primo j'aime rien mais bon. C'est des petites quêtes sympas.
Ad Astra Abyssas.
Looks like you handled the commission without a hitch.
See? Told you'd be fine. Not a bad payout either. Got any more quick Mora job?
I can certainly take a look.
Hey! Catherine! Was that pendant over there used for posting a bounty?
It was indeed. You certainly have a sharp eye, Miss Yehoda. Mystery Haunty left it as collateral for a bounty request.
In that case, I'll take that one.
The only thing is, the reward for that one isn't all that high, and nowadays, pieces like that—
No worries. I'll take it. Let's call it a bit of charity work.
Very well then. Please, wait a moment.
I mean, it's not like I've got much else to do right now. Can't just sit around playing with Asher all day, can I? Boss Neff to boot me out in no time. Now that you're here, Traveler, Paimon, you two are pretty
A commission, huh? You'd better ask him. He's the expert, after all.
Bet you it's nothing major. Trust me. Ihanti's way too much—
Miss Yehoda, here are the details of Mr.
Alrighty, let's see what that
What's up? Please don't say it's something
nothing like that. Just didn't expect a guy who couldn't even bring himself to hurt a fly to go posting life or death commissions like this. You? Sure. Couldn't be more by the book if you tried, huh? Relax. I'm just messing with you. It only mentions retrieving something from a bunch of crooks. To a crook, money is life. And life is money. That makes it a matter of life or death. Am I right? Come on, follow me. Pretty sure I can handle those punks by myself.
Au sablette d'Astre, d'accord. C'est à 400 mètres d'ici. Ça paraît plus loin. Oh, je pensais qu'il fallait les buter.
What a loser. Guy's so broke he doesn't have a single thing worth taking.
Yo, Kaliva.
Who goes there? Well. If it isn't Yehoda. What brings you here, Pipsqueak?
Relax. No biggie. Word has it, you swiped something from a man called Here, take some cash and cough up the goods. I'm feeling—
Look at you, acting all civilized. Guess that's what happens when you've got an effort to— Suppose I'd rather hold on to it. What are you gonna—
Do me a favor, Kaliva. Can't you and your bunch of—
Oh, please, don't tell me you came all this way expecting— Or did you genuinely think I just—
Feels like this negotiation went south.
My bad, Kaliva. Shouldn't have tried dealing— A fist to the face is the only way to negotiate. Come on, Traveler. Let's drop these punks together.
Looking down on us, huh?
Smash and grab!
Eh oh.
Okay.
See? If you just played along earlier, you wouldn't have ended up in this mess. Now, take the Mora.
Is this your way of showing—
Save your breath and just take the Mora. If you'd rather chuck it in the water or hire thugs to jump me— One thing's for sure, though. Going hungry and getting beaten up both suck. Don't make things worse for you.
The junk I snatched from that invalid is lying over there. Aside from some spare change, it was just a painting and some busted doll. The Mora's long gone, but I haven't had time to toss the rest out yet.
Alright. Final question. You referred to Ihanti as—
It means exactly what it means. That weakling's in such a state now, you can barely tell he's— When I first found him, he was lying there, stiff as a board. I honestly thought he'd already— You know. Anyway, figured he didn't need his back.
Mark out the spot where you last saw him.
Where I last saw him?
All right. Traveler, Paimon, I'd like to return.
Oh, il y a la chasse sauvage ici. D'accord, faut rien. C'est quoi? Mais il est dead?
Who's there? I don't have any more, nothing at all. If you're here for my...
I've brought your stuff.
Yehoda! Is that you? I can...
It's me, Ihanti. And I'm standing right here in front of you. Why didn't you come find me?
Even a starving stray doesn't wander into a rich man's city.
I'm not that kind of person. And Neff, I mean, boss.
All the more reason why I couldn't come find you. If folks got wind that you were the type to lend a hand, I'd come banging on your door day after day.
No one would be crazy enough to pull a stunt like that with the
But you're always out there secretly doing good. Only to be stabbed in the back by the very people you helped.
Hey, I've learned a lot from Boss Neff, you know. No one's gonna get me good.
You just can't stop yourself.
That's my business.
Maybe that's why the boss thinks so highly of you.
Maybe. It's the only reason I'm even still... Anyway, if there's something I can do for...
Still the same as ever, huh? What if this was all just a big scam?
You wouldn't do that. Not after...
And that's enough to win your trust?
Come on, look at the state you're in. How could you possibly...
Finally. We're getting somewhere. I guess saving a venomous snake... Do me a favor, then. Roll up the painting in that bag, and I painted this with my wife and daughter. It's the only... As far as I'm concerned.
The old you would be in stitches.
And what happened to those things I once treasured above all else? They could save not, but maybe that's just the fate of a thief. Everything we steal always gets stolen back. That pendant I put up for the commission was all I had left.
That was the first piece of jewelry you ever stole. You must have told me the story a dozen times. How you even pulled it off, and the look on the rich guy's face.
Yeah.
Who did it belong to?
A Snezhnayan called Holamov. I used to live in Nod-krai, but...
I'm not a thief anymore. And I'm not about to start hanging on to stolen goods either. This pendant should go...
The boss was right. Someone like you could never...
Enough. Stop wasting your breath.
Forget it.
But...
Yehoda.
Grant rest to those...
You know what I'm talking about.
Fine.
I'm glad it was you who came to help me. Sorry I don't have any treasure to give you. But if you...
Wait, but I thought I'd...
Don't worry. I made this one myself. The ones you put together are long gone. I burned every last one of them, just like you told me. Not too shabby, huh? Spit. Take it.
I'll come back to see...
Ok. Un peu triste cette quête.
Excellent. Looks like you've completed the commission. Is everything okay, Miss Yehoda? You seem...
Don't worry. I'm fine.
Very well, then. One moment. I'll be back with your payment right away.
Oh, Paimon knows we promised not to call a doctor, but Ihanti really did look awful.
No. I said I'd stick to the code. So we used to be colleague. Coward, he may be. But when it came to raking in the Mora, while everyone else was out there pulling dumb scams and petty robberies, he played the game so well that he had a real knack for talking people into things. Back when we were a friend? Course not. You'd have to be crazy to try making friends in that hellhole. The only reason he took such good care of me was to show off. Dragging a little sidekick along made him feel like a big shot, I guess. But he did look after me. I'll give him that. Helping him now is...
All right. Here is your payment, Miss Yehoda. The Adventurers Guild thanks you for your...
Here's your share, traveler. Thanks for the... Anyway, I should head back to the curatorium. If the boss wants something done and I'm not there, she'll be on my case. I did say I wouldn't get him a doctor, but what's the harm in grabbing him some painkillers? I'll ask the boss to help. I'm sure she can pull some strings. Worst case scenario, yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, c'est pas fini. C'est pas fini, c'est pas fini.
The blessings of the heavens do not fall impartially.
Il est parti.
Ihanti! Ihanti! Ihan... Rest in peace, Ihanti. One thing's for sure. That fate of yours isn't gonna... Not yet. Anyway.
Ok. Du coup, on a le droit à une poupée.
Add Astra...
Here you go, Lady Nefer. The book you were looking...
Let me see. Would you look at that? Finally, an actual copy of the man who became a
Discrétion.
Yeah, Nefer doesn't seem like the kind of person who takes commissions. More like the kind who dishes them out. Hey, if you start taking work from Nefer, there'll be none left for Yehoda. Still, what sort of job is Nefer delegating to the Adventurers Guild?
Not bad. This is exactly what I was looking for. The Adventurers Guild must have quite...
Well, that's all thanks to our... There were quite a few setbacks along the way, but in the end,
We managed to find a collector in Snezhnaya.
How ironic that a story about the desert would end up somewhere like Snezhnaya. Well, thank you for your effort. Also, Mr. Sarin, please keep this commission active and raise its priority level. I'll cover the additional fee.
Not a problem. It's our honor to do business with you, Lady Nefer.
My business is done, you two. You can come out and ask your questions. I know you're curious.
You even heard what Paimon said? Huh. Guess that's what makes you the boss.
Something like that. It's more like a long-term partnership I have with the Adventurers Guild. Come, let's head back to the curatorium for a cup of tea. No more lies.
J'aime bien cette team là pour le combat et tout, elle est trop forte. Mais par contre, il n'y a rien à faire. Hein. Les persos de Natlan pour l'exploration, ils sont tellement meilleurs. Mavika, Shilonen, Varessa. Ils sont tous trop bien. Ashru.
Huh. Looks like Yehoda's not back yet. Wait here. I'll go brew some tea.
Who's a good kitty? Come on.
All right, help yourselves. Cream and sugar is over there if you need it. Looks like Ashru's taken a real liking to you. Back when I first brought him home, he didn't let anyone get close except for me. Anybody else who tried.
Seriously? Didn't...
That was a long time ago, when the two of us had just arrived in Nod. Back then, we had no one to rely on but ourselves. And to survive in a place like nod-krai, of course. Anyway, it's about time we satisfied that curiosity of yours. I'm guessing you want to know more about—
You mean like some kind of extra special treasure even Nefer can...
It's special, no doubt about that. But whether it counts as treasure— Here, this is the book I asked the Adventurers Guild.
Oh, it's like a fairy tale from Samira. Uh-oh, not another riddle-filled treasure hunt. Well, have fun. Paimon's gonna sit this one out.
Relax. It's just a story passed down among the desert dwellers of Sumeru. There's no secret treasure. The only reason I went to such lengths to find it is— That's right. From what you've seen before, you no doubt remember the fate that befell us. Before he brought back those so-called spoils of war, before our little— You know what Sumeru was like back then. Tales like these, but for the desert dwellers, cut off from civilization by the stories passed down in the desert had one in desert tales, people who waste food get turned into scorpions. Those who waste water end up losing their tongues. The stories taught us to be kind, but to be scarce with our trust. To lie and deceive as long as we didn't get caught. But I suppose my father didn't want me to turn out like everyone. He would take these stories and change them. In the versions he told, liars turned into mules, killers fell off cliffs, but picky children ended up with a toothache at most.
Paimon kinda gets...
Me? I couldn't get enough of them. I spend my days counting down the minutes to nightfall. When then, come daytime, I'd grab his storybook and go tell them to the other kids. They were so envious of me, no matter where I went. And then, one day, it all came to an end. And now, all that remains of those times is buried under the sand. After that, I went to the academia. It was there that I first discovered the original versions of some of his stories. In those versions, the liars were never punished. The murderers walked free. After all, if you fall for a lie, you deserve to be and picky children? They ended up just like the ones who wasted water. Only then did I realize that it was my father who'd been deceiving me all along. Weaving a false, but once my father was gone, that world collapsed. Luckily, though, I was a quick learner. After that, it was all lies, deceit, revenge, and ruin. More or less. I just want to know exactly how many lies a father might tell his own. As the only person in this world, anyway. I'm sure Thoth. After all, he was the one who sent me when I was young. The stories my father told me shaped my, whereas they're original, and it's true. I figured that gathering them up might be the key, so after I established myself in nod-krai, I started using every The problem was, nearly all of them were folk tales, parables, but living all the way out here in nod-krai. As for Yehoda, well, I was short on manpower as it was, and considering the countless adventurers at their disposal, they bring me stories past. Mr. Sauron was more than happy with my terms, so we well, this was the very last story my father ever told me. The only one, a man who spent his life distorting the truth. Buried under the desert sand, the one... And look, it even says, deep down, his... Anyway, I can make a copy. And I just realized, you're an adventurer too. Well, being an adventurer means you've traveled far. I was just thinking, we could sign an agreement if you ever come across any stories about the desert dwellers of Sumeru.
Wait, was that your goal this whole time? Just to ask us that?
Wonderful. And speaking of partnerships, why isn't you... Was that job I gave her really that...
Ok, c'était juste ça, du blabla. Le monsieur est venu tout ramener. Bon, voilà, comme ça, tout ça, c'est fini. Président de la guilde locale des aventuriers. Très bien. Très bien, très bien. J'allais dire, c'est même pas Varka le premier, mais si. Ah, c'est Xiangling. Ok, ok. Bon, bah, c'est tout pour aujourd'hui. Bon, la quête de Varka était bien. J'ai bien aimé. La scène, la scène, la scène. La quête de Varka était bien. c'est tout. J'ai l'impression qu'on n'a rien fait, mais pourtant ça nous a pris du temps. Mais bon, on a quand même fait la quête de Varka. J'ai fini les petits trucs que j'avais à faire là, la guilde des aventuriers. Petit à petit, on progresse hein, dans l'histoire, dans tout. Donc c'est cool. C'est cool, c'est cool. Tac. Bon. Du coup, il ne me reste plus qu'à partir. En vous souhaitant bien évidemment une bonne journée. Tac. Je vous mets le lien de YouTube pour avoir accès aux rediffusions de live et aux shorts. Ainsi que du Twitter pour être averti des lives. Voilà. Sur ce, moi je vais y aller. Si tout va bien, on se dit à demain. Pour faire je ne sais pas quoi. Parce que du coup j'ai l'impression d'avoir fait toute la mise à jour Genshin. Bon, il devrait y avoir des events, j'espère. J'espère. Parce que là... Cette mise à jour était légère. Pas de nouvelles zones, juste une quête d'histoire. De toute façon, je vais me connecter, on va... Ouais, j'ai les abysses à faire, on peut faire le théâtre. Abysse, théâtre. C'est tout. Non, c'est tout. Ça prend déjà du temps. Abysse, théâtre. Dépenser mes résines. Hop. Iluga. Zibai. Niveau 90, si possible. Puis ensuite, farmer pour Iluga. Passer 90, hop son arme, lui mettre des artefacts. Va falloir que je fasse des artefacts pour... mettre sur quelqu'un. Pourquoi les autres artefacts? Le truc c'est que je ne sais pas quel set farmer. J'ai pas spécialement besoin de quoi que ce soit en ce moment. Je regarderai quel perso a besoin de quoi. Après le carnage devrait bientôt revenir, donc je farmerai beaucoup d'artefacts au carnage. Ceux qui sont intéressants. Tac, je vous remets les liens. Je vous dis à demain. On verra ce qu'on fait. Et sur ce, bah, passez une bonne journée. Ciao, ciao.